Whew. Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back. I'm Alex. Some of you guys may know me from the HyperX Gaming YouTube channel or from video games, and we're back with episode 2 of the Witcher workouts. Last week was all about push, today is all about pull, and if you missed it, check the video down below. The link is in the description. Basically, the idea behind the series, I want to be a Witcher. I want to be big, I want to be strong, I want to be like Geralt, so I'm working with my friend, my PT at Ginger Joe Training to put me through my paces and try and get me there.
So today we have pull, and as Alex mentioned, we have an hybrid athlete. So we literally, as the same as we did on push, we have a mixed up session between strength, functional, accessories, just to add a little bit extra, and core stability as well. At the beginning of this workout, a lot of the pulling exercises, the pull-ups, lat pull down and bent over rows are very relevant to the Witcher and Geralt because he's climbing a lot during the series and within the game, climbing over things, pushing and pulling a lot. Obviously, fighting with the monsters takes a lot of pull strength. And then we added the functional stuff like the battle ropes because obviously when he's working with the sword, the cardio in the arms, in the core, and that consistent movement is very important to the character. When it comes down to the accessories, the back flies, the dumbbell lateral raises are a lot of kind of open pan movements. So again, with the character, when he's drawing his sword, when he's fighting those characters, it takes a lot of endurance in those muscle groups. So again, we have to work into them. And the same with the biceps. So when working the biceps, when you're holding that sword, you're in that kind of prone position for your bicep curl. So again, very relevant to the character, and we all know how strong his core is. So when we added that little row with the plank, it suits his character perfectly. For this first warm-up activation drill, you're gonna need just a really light dumbbell. And what we're trying to do is basically just warm up the shoulder because in pull, we're gonna be using a lot of shoulder movement, using that joint quite a lot. So the best thing you can do is warm up the rotator cuff, warm up around the back, around the scapula, and just make sure you're nice and ready for when you get into those big lifts. So for this first one, it's a seated dumbbell external rotation, but also we'll be looking at internal rotation. So you're gonna wanna place your elbow right on your knee. And again, you're just gonna let it be as mobile as possible, and then it's gonna internally rotate down, and then you're gonna control it, and then you're gonna externally rotate it back up again. So internally back down, and then externally back up. So for this next part and the final part of our warm-up, we're looking more directly at the actual muscles we're gonna be using, so the actual movement and activating those rhomboids and lats as they're gonna be working throughout this workout. So we're gonna go with a pull-up, and we're gonna be really selective on our repetitions. You don't wanna do too many, you don't wanna pre-fatigue in your warm-up. We're just trying to activate and wake those muscles up. So we're getting on an overhand grip, not underarm. So overhand is gonna engage your back a lot more. Underarm will do a lot more biceps. So we're gonna stick with the overhand. You're gonna hang for just 1 second, pull up 1 second, 1, 2, pause, then 1, 2, 3, extend all the way down, stretch it out a little bit, and then back up. 1, 2, and then 1, 2, 3. Nice and controlled, just for the 6 reps. Right, so onto our first strength exercise, big compound exercise, bent over rows. So you're gonna have your barbell with loaded plates to suit you're gonna warm up to it, but to suit your sets and reps. So again, we're going overhand grip, just to get more lat stretch and squeeze. So again, just get a little bit wider than shoulder width. From the lift off, nice straight posture. You're just coming up, securing yourself in that bent over position, and then you're just gonna go in 2-second pause. 1, 2, 3, up, 2-second pause. 1, 2, 3, 2-second pause. 1, 2, 3.
Of course. I need to work on my strongman pose.
Yeah. So for the second strength exercise and the last one that we're going to be doing, we're looking at lat pull down. So looking at getting that width in those lats. So on your lat pull down machine, your grip's gonna be as wide as you can go to emphasize more width on those lats. Once you're locked in nice and safe, what we're gonna do to start this off, we're gonna go with a 10-second pre-exhaust just to wake those lats up, make sure that they're activated. And then once that 10 seconds has been held, we're gonna go straight into 10 repetitions. So as you can see, reps all the way underneath my chin, in between my chin and chest, full extension, stretching all the way up to the top and back down for those 10 reps. Nice controlled breathing, nice controlled form with a good squeeze at the bottom. For this functional exercise, we're going to be tackling the battle ropes. So with the battle ropes, it's all about brace position. So just slight squat position, nice straight posture, big chest, and then it's all about the work you're doing with your wrists and with your arms. So give yourself a little bit of slack. You don't want to be too far back. A little bit of slack for the rope. And then what you want to do is create those waves. So waving straight down the middle, creating those 2 waves for the full 30 seconds, trying to keep the same tempo.
But even so, like, it's just an endurance. Like if you're swinging swords all the time, you're like, ha, 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 ha. Like you just need to be able to endure that stuff. Like if all you do is you just pick something up once and you lift and you put it down, Geralt would be rubbish.
For the first accessory, what we're looking at is a cable crossover, back cable fly. What you're gonna do is grab from the opposite side. So right arm from the left, left arm from the right. Start nice and central in the middle. The setup, you want to be just a little bit lower than shoulder height so you can hit your rhomboids and lats more. Any higher and you'll go more rear delts. So nice and central in the middle. Start in nice straight posture, and the main thing you're doing is keeping your arms straight throughout the duration of this exercise. For the minute you start to bend, it's more of a tricep exercise. So just isolating, squeezing for 2 seconds, and then a nice, slow, controlled release back in for 3 seconds. So out, pause, and then nice and controlled back in. Really getting a good squeeze in our back throughout the whole movement. One more in, yeah. Squeeze it, hold it. Whew. For the second accessory exercise, what we're going to be looking at is lateral raises, so working those shoulders again. So as we pull up, little 2-second pause, and then nice and controlled on the way back down. Making sure we're hitting shoulder height all the way back down. So you want to keep palms facing down, knuckles facing towards the ceiling, and again, that little pause at the top, nice and controlled on the way back down. All the way up, squeeze, and then all the way back down. Pull your best face, there he is. On to our third and final accessory exercise. What we're going to be looking at is a little pump up on the arms. Shout out to Henry Cavill. We stole this from the Witcher workout ourselves. We thought it was so good we just had to bring it into our own workout. So it's basically a hammer curl, but with an isometric hold on one bicep while the other one's working, hold and alternate. And we're going to be looking at 12 reps each arm. Isometric hold in that position of curl while the other works.
All right.
So for the finisher, the final exercise of the day, we're working on a bit of core. Why is someone ringing me right now? On to our final exercise, our finisher, working on a little bit of core. And a plank's just not enough. So we've added this extra element, which has a pull element to it to stick with today's routine. And it's basically a plank with a banded row. So you're gonna start in your plank position, nice and stable, making sure your glutes ain't too high or hips too low, squeezing that core in the middle, stabilize your hips, full extension on the band, rowing, little pause, extend all the way back out, rowing, little 2-second pause, and back out. This is a timed exercise, so don't worry about counting the reps as such. Just keep that motion and that form good. 3, 2, and done. Solid. It's a real workout, that one there.
Done. Solid. Good session. So there we have it. That's a wrap for episode 2, day 2, or pull day for the Witcher workout. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Hopefully you guys are, excited to follow along. Again, if you guys missed the first episode, don't forget it is in the description box, linked down below. You can check that out. There's going to be a different episode for every day of the workout. It's a 5-day workout plan, so you've got lots more exciting stuff to do. Of course, we've got a fun test at the end of it as well. So make sure you stick around. Make sure you're hanging around on the HyperX channel. If you want to take a look behind the scenes, find out how some of the stuff has been filmed, make sure you head over to the video games channel where you can catch more stuff from me. And of course, look forward to catching you in the next episode.